The afterglow of the conventions has worn off, and the latest political polls have Hillary Clinton firmly in the lead. And there is more talk of the GOP turning on Donald Trump. Political expert Dr. Ryan Salzman here. So this is just a bump in the road for Trump. That's what some are saying. On the other hand, with this new Reuters poll that just came out this morning, 1 in 5 Republicans want Trump to drop out of the race. Where did we go from those extremely high numbers after the RNC?
Well, it's definitely been bad news every day for Donald Trump, really since about the middle of the DNC. He had a really nice surge in the aftermath of the RNC. He closed the gap in some of the prediction markets. He even went ahead momentarily. And then by the end of the DNC, the numbers started to revert back to where they were in early June. And then it just tumbled off a cliff with his conflict with the Khan family, and then subsequently with the remarks like the one yesterday about the Second Amendment. And you can argue what his intent is, but we all know what it sounds like. And it doesn't sound good, and it makes for really bad poll numbers.
At this point, Hillary Clinton looks to be winning by a landslide. As this is something that could really happen. I'm not sure if we've seen something like this before, as far as a race is concerned, with such huge gaps.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we've seen that, especially at this phase. And what's really significant, numbers that I look for specifically, are things like 50%. You know, when candidates are polling and it's a large margin, but it's 45 to 35, you think, wow, there's a lot of people there that aren't being counted for one reason or another, and how accurate can that be? But when a candidate starts hitting 50%, we really have to sit up and take notice. And in the Monmouth University poll that came out a couple days ago, it was 50 to 37, and that made me kind of sit up and say, okay, is this the beginning of the end for the Trump campaign with this 50%? But we also know that this is a state-by-state race. You could have 60% of the popular vote, but if you win the right states, if you get the Electoral College, then you win the election, and that's even happened in the past.
And let's throw something even more fun into the mix, an independent candidate who is really getting some support.
And that speaks to, I think, the poll where 20% of Republicans still want him to drop out. All of this kind of adds up, and this gentleman's name, I believe, is Evan McMullen, he's a former CIA agent, and he's missed a lot of the sign-up deadlines to run for the race, but he could cause a problem in Utah, people are saying. But again, you know, that candidacy is pretty insignificant, but all of these things add up to be big trouble for Donald Trump, that people are still encouraging him to drop out, that people are still trying to run against him, that Gary Johnson's doing well, that Hillary Clinton's polling towards 50%, and that in the context of all of this, he just can't stop saying the wrong things. So we have a long time till the election, but it's highly questionable that any of this is going to change as we sit right here in the middle of August.
Okay, so your projection moving forward, is he going to keep quiet or behave, as some people would say, as far as the Republicans are concerned?
I think one of the most definitive and accurate projections that I can make is that Donald Trump will not be quiet moving forward. Okay. Will he stop making mistakes? That's another question. But he's going to keep being Donald. He said that he's going to keep being Donald. And as of right now, that doesn't look like it's going to help his candidacy at all.
Okay, Ryan Salzman, always good to have you on. We'll talk to you soon. Good to see you after the DNC and RNC. We are learning more this morning about rain showers headed our way.